you've got all these people that can't find a partner in all ages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And deep down, our greatest desire and soul urge is to be loved and to give love. You know, it's like it's a human need. So it is. It's and one of the big things that's so destructive to men is porn. That's designed to destroy masculinity.
Right.
And also people don't realise that's like a cancer. Like there's erotica that's people can watch that's a little bit different to porn. And if you look how accessible it is and how easy it is to see, women are sexualised more than they've ever been in history. Men can see more women, naked women, different hair colour, different sizes, in half an hour than men throughout history might have seen in their lifetime.
But then do you think that's also why there's a rise of, I don't know, incels, like the involuntarily celibate men who aren't able to, who want to have a sexual partner or want to get into intimacy but can't just because they're not seen or they're not deemed like the throwaway, right? They're not deemed as people in society that women want to mate with, right? But so they turn to OnlyFans and they turn to adult content, really. And because there was another article I was reading and they were saying, obviously, the mixture of having accessible pornography there. And then also what was interesting was in OnlyFans, which I'm pretty sure people who'll be listening would know what it is. It's like a subscription service for adult content, really. But you can also have other things like showing your feet. Or
whatever turns you on.
Whatever.
Gotta laugh.
But the main I guess the main request for the women on these OnlyFans pages, when the men would subscribe, would ask for the girlfriend experience, right? They wouldn't even want, they would obviously there would be the graphic stuff that's automatically there, but they would ask for the girlfriend experience because
they want the connection, yeah.
And because they don't even know what that looks like, they only know it through a screen, that's the only way they can ask for it. As to going out in the real world, shut your computer down, integrate, see how the real world is, because you can end up in a little bubble thinking that that's all there is. And all girls are just objects, tits and ass, And then, even though they might not be maybe highly sexually desired, they're also kind of shooting themselves in the foot and creating a fantasy world, right?
Absolutely. It's actually a problem for a lot of men. A lot of men. It's one of the main things I deal with. Gorgeous men, that are watching too much pornography. They can be in a relationship, they can be married or whatever, and because they lose interest in their partner, they're not interested in sex, right? Because when you see so many, how can you be with one woman when you're seeing all these different vaginas and boobs and whatever, right? It gets boring being with one woman, but also all their sexual energies going into that. So they haven't got any for their partner. But what they often will come to me is they've got anxiety or depression, or they've got no idea it's the porn causing it, right? Or that they've got a erectile dysfunction. Like a lot of guys, and particularly young men, because the guys around 30 particularly have been they've been the generation that's had the most online porn, 35, that period of time. And I see guys in their 20s and 30 got erectile dysfunction. And they can't hold a relationship with a woman.
And is it because of how they've viewed a woman?
No, it actually mucks up the dopamine system in the brain and all sorts of things. There's a whole science behind why porn's so dangerous. and it's a, you know how on cigarette boxes they've got smoking causes cancer. I think every porn video should say
It causes depression and anxiety.
It's like warning, porn can create anxiety, depression, erectile dysfunction when used excessively.
And because with how dopamine acts, it's sort of hedonistic in itself, and it wants more
And wants more and more and big, more hardcore.
Yeah.
It's more hardcore.
Yes.
And it's designed to destroy masculinity, see?
Yeah.
And then they haven't, also it takes like the ancient masters of sexuality, the Taoist, all the, it's like the tantric teachings and everything is, and guys don't realise what I teach them. It's like the more a man ejaculates, the less the more he loses his power. Like our societies, it's like the more sex you have, the more you ejaculate,
the more power,
the happier you'll be. You're a man, I jerk myself off, this many times today or whatever.
Yeah,
but it's actually the opposite.
So do you believe in the no fap movement, which is keeping it, not, what is it? No choking the chicken.
Yeah. Like, well, that's one of the ways that men can, it helps them get off porn but it's so addictive. It's the most addictive thing on the internet.
Yeah, right.
So it takes dedication and commitment to be able to leave that behind, and it's always like a drinker or a smoker. It's going to tug at you, but it's also to direct your sexual energy, because sexual energy is not just about sex. It's actually can be used for good or for bad, It's like, as we know, sexual energy can go into really dark places. But it's actually, sexual energy, because a lot of people just think, you're horny because
you're a guy.
Or it's just to have sex, but it's not. That sexual energy is a turbine that can be transformed and transmuted into money, into business, into creativity, into sport, into, it's like...
Yeah, it's funny.
Into transformation, into purpose, and it's not just for procreation and stress release.
But we've reduced it to that, right? Which is the unfortunate thing.